Why, hello there. Hey, today I want to talk about myself. I want to talk about what's going down with me. A little bit of a serious video, and I know that might scare a lot of you, but it's nothing to be scared of. Don't worry. I want to talk to you guys about, my future, my plans right now for life itself, because nothing's really changing, and this might depress some people, but at the same time, I think it's going to be helpful for me to talk about it. And just talk about my problems that I've had in the last few months. There's nothing crazy, don't worry about that. Just kind of me trying to, change a little bit. And I don't usually like change, but I feel like it's time for that. But anyway, let me just get into this. So I was recently talking about on Twitter, I just kind of said, I don't really remember what I used to talk about in my commentaries. I must have had a lot going on because I've made hundreds and hundreds of videos, but I've probably made a few hundred commentaries. And, how did I talk about so much stuff? I must have rambled about some rubbish because I've never had that much going on. I've lived a pretty ordinary life apart from this YouTube thing. And every time I say YouTube thing, I feel like there should be a better phrase for it. So I'm sure you guys could come up with something, but I don't want to say YouTube thing every time, but I feel like I'm going to do that a lot this video. But, I'm blabbering now. Let me get into this. So, anyway, I was talking about that, and I feel like recently I've lost that kind of spark. I've had nothing to talk about, and that is kind of it's only just hit me. Well, it hadn't just hit me. It hit me like a few months ago. The only reason I haven't had stuff to talk about is nothing really has been going on that different. Change is always good because it gets you talking about stuff. It gets you experiencing different things, and because I've been living the same life for a few years now, obviously I had the addition of university. But once university ended, I've been at home, focusing on YouTube for a few months, and that's all it's been. I've obviously been to the cinema most weeks with some friends. I've played golf. I've been to the gym. But I feel like those just aren't things I want to talk about in videos. Talking about films, there's always spoilers. Talking about golf, not many people like golf that much. Recently, it's just been just a lot of YouTube, a lot of games, and not much progress with life and stuff. So, if you didn't know, I graduated from university in June, I think, and I kind of made it my mission to do YouTube full time for 6 months, see how it went, and I didn't really know. To be honest, I didn't know what I was expecting. I knew it would pretty much stay the same because it always has and it always will. As soon as I hit like 10,000-15,000 a video, it's not really gone up that much. And it's also not really gone down that much until now. But that's because I'm trying different things. Anyway, I don't really want to talk about YouTube that much. I want to talk about what's going on around that. But anyway, so I did that for 6 months, and I thought to myself, well, it hasn't gone anywhere. I wanted it to... I don't know what I wanted it to get into, but I wanted it to progress into something else, and it never did. So I basically thought, all right, it's time to move on. This is still going to be a hobby, but I need to get myself a job. I need to get moving. I need to get motivated. Because November, December, you could say I was in a bit of a rut. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was in a bit of a rut. I just wasn't doing much, and I feel like that's kind of popular with this kind of side of the world. Gaming and YouTube and videos and the internet. It's pretty easy to get in that kind of stage where you're not really doing much. It's just so easy, really, isn't it? So I was in a bad moment because I really didn't know what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I was so unsure. I could never get it off my chest, and I always kept it in my brain, my mind. I always just cycled these thoughts every night, and I was like, what am I going to do? I was just so lost. And I decided to go to a careers advice meeting. With my university, they have this thing where if you've recently graduated, you can speak to someone about it. They can give you some advice, some tips, and get you thinking about what you want to do. So I went to one of these a couple of weeks ago, and it was honestly so helpful. I was so worried. I feel like I had negative connotations about seeing someone. I feel like that made me look weak, and I really don't know why. I'm thinking about it now. Why did I feel like it was a bad thing seeing someone just to kind of bounce your ideas around them? Someone who doesn't really know you but can just kind of give you a professional opinion. And in my head, I was like, this is kind of makes me look, weak because I don't know what I want to do, and I've got to get help from a stranger, and I don't know why I thought like that, but that's what I did. And after going, I was like, why did I even think like that? This was amazing. It was so helpful. She kind of just made me talk about what I was good at, all my strengths. She made me talk about this YouTube thing. And she obviously didn't know what it was like. She's like 40, 50-year-old woman. She didn't know what was going on about, but she learned a little bit about me and I learned a lot more about myself, if that makes any sense. But she made me realize that I had so many strengths from doing this and part-time jobs in the past and university as a whole, because I thought, oh, have I wasted 3 years of my life doing a university degree that I don't know if I want to do as a job anymore? But she said it's so common, and I think just having a professional side of things made me feel so much better, because my parents have, obviously, I've talked about my parents a little bit, but I feel like I've never been that open with someone. I feel like she just helped me more than I thought it would anyway. So, I had that meeting, like 45 minutes, just talked about what I've been doing on here and what I enjoyed, and she kind of come up with some areas that I could look into as a job. So, editing has always been something I've loved, and I feel like, especially with gaming videos, I've been so happy with most, like, mini-tages, montages I put together, streaking videos, whatever. I've always loved synchronizing footage with music. I just feel like that's something I'm so good at, and that might make me sound cocky, but I feel like that's something I'm really proud of. I've made consistent videos on here, and with projects I've done in the past, the odd project here and there which isn't gaming related. I feel like I've done a good job at that as well. And even when I watch like music videos, I'm like, well, you shouldn't have synced that there, you should have cut it there. And even watching films as well, I'm just the same. So I feel like that might be something I'm really good at. I just, it's hard to tell because I've not actually had the experience to do it with real life stuff a lot. So that was one thing. So editing as a whole was something I really thought it could be a job that I would have loved to go into, but I was still unsure. So it could be like editing anything. It didn't have to be video. It could be any form of media. So there was that. There was also social media. Now, this kind of brings me to the point where I feel like I kind of just didn't apply for certain jobs because I was like so unsure whether they would even look at it, because they listed so many skills, and I was like, well, do I even know much about it? Like, I just thought to myself, I don't really know that. Like, I have a few of those skills that they're listing, but a lot of those I don't have at all. That they kind of recommend or that you have or require. And I was like, I just don't have many, or why would I even apply to this? I'm not going to get accepted. There's no point. But then when I went for that meeting, she made me realize that how do people switch jobs, switch careers if they've never done it before? They just do it. They apply for the jobs, and the employer uses looks at the skills and kind of matches them to their new job and how it's going to come in handy, and that's how you do it. You don't just stick with one profession for your whole life. Well, obviously some people do, but people need these skills from other things to switch to something else. And that was just, I never put it like that. I was like, oh yeah, that's so obvious that someone is switching careers but has never done it before. How would they even get the job? It's because they have skills in other areas that are just going to come in really handy. So with stuff doing online, she kind of recommended marketing and a little bit of business, because I've been self-employed, you could say, for like 5 years, and I've kind of marketed myself, branded myself online and all that stuff. And so I've kind of been knuckling down, sorting my CV out, making it look better, or resume, whatever you guys call it in America, just making myself sound good. And I think I'm ready. I think I'm in a good spot right now. My main focus is to get a job. It doesn't have to be, it could be anywhere really, because moving away and not knowing anyone, I guess that's obviously a bit of worry, but you're gonna make friends at work. I'm nice to everyone. I'll probably be friends with anyone there. So it's just it all depends on the job, location. I'd obviously love, like I said, to live near some friends, but it doesn't matter to me. I guess it's that point now. I gotta get that job and move out, because I'm gonna be honest, living at home is just, once you've lived out, there's no going back really. Like the only reason I moved home is so I could figure out what I wanted to do, and spend a bit of time with the family before I ventured out into the wide world. So when you live with your parents, it's really hard to be independent, and that's one of the things I kind of miss about living away. I love doing stuff myself and not having the set thing every day, the set routine that I have at home. Like, nothing's changed for years, and it's just so bad from living out at university to come home, and I've almost been living back at home now for a year. Like, it's been, I think, like 9 months I've been back home, and it's just not what I wanted at all. I wanted to be out by the end of the year. I thought something would happen and I would be like, yeah, let's go, let's get a place. But it's just never been that way. Like, I could have afforded it, but I wasn't in the situation that I needed to, and I want to get a job now rather than, I want to get a job and then move to that location. I feel like that is the approach I want to take. So ready to apply to jobs, in a better position. Regarding this YouTube thing, I hate saying that now. I need to come up with something else. But regarding this, we've we've talked about it previously. I'm not really uploading Call of Duty that much, although Gun Game was so much fun. But I just don't want to force myself to play certain games or make certain videos that I don't want to do, because this is fun now. This is for fun, and I'm thinking of investing in a new capture card. The Ava Media thing is basically like a 0 millisecond response time or something, no delay, so when I stream I don't have to worry about delays at all, because that's one of the problems I got right now, and that's why I kind of don't stream as much, because there's so many just problems I have, and I feel like that is one major thing that's just going to fix it. And it also allows me just to play whatever I feel like, and everything is in sync. You don't have to worry about changing anything, because that's a big problem when I do streaming anyway. So that's looking good. Battlefield's out in a month, so it's gonna be great to play and make some videos on that. Destiny's still going pretty strong. I'm really enjoying it. I've actually started playing on my other account. As bad as that sounds, as horrible as that sounds, I've been playing on my other account just to kind of rank up some characters and get some gamer score on there, because I'm pretty much bored at this time. But once I start applying for jobs, I've got to be going for interviews and stuff. So it's just kind of filling the time really until I get those opportunities to pop up. But you know, this isn't a goodbye or anything. I feel like every time I make a series commentary, this sounds like a goodbye, but it's not, because I still make videos most days. You know, every other day, maybe I'll skip a day, but I'm trying to upload at least like 12 times a month. That's a decent amount of videos, I would say. But obviously, when I get a job, it might turn down a little bit. But who knows? I don't know what the future brings. I really don't. And that's kind of what the commentary is about. I don't really know what's going to happen now. I've kind of got myself in a good position. But, you know, I want to change. And maybe that change won't work out. But it's something that needs to happen in my life. I'm just not doing anything different, and I feel like this is just kind of a waste. You know, you only live once, as you say, and I feel like I'm not really doing much to kind of write home about, you could say. So I kind of mix that up, and I want to just venture out into different things and do different stuff, and I feel like that is going to be great for me, and I'm sure it's great for you guys as well. It means I can start talking about things that are happening with my life, and that's kind of, I don't know why it didn't hit me sooner. That's kind of what frustrates me. I must be blind or something, because you know, it's been like this for probably 5 months, I would say. You know, coming into the final quarter of the year, I was like, oh, what do I talk about? What do I discuss in these videos? Especially Advanced Warfare. I don't remember any commentary topics I had on Advanced Warfare, apart from talking about the game itself. I can't remember if anything went down. I'm sure you guys can correct me, but that was just a bad time. I just don't know if I even spoke about anything that's not about the game. So yeah, a bit of a situation there, but I feel like I've come out pretty strong, and I'm really happy with the situation I'm in right now, you could say. So yeah, I just wanted to be chill with you guys. I wanted to relax and talk to you guys about what's been going on, because it needed to be done. I wanted to just explain what's happening in my life, because I feel I haven't done that in a while, and I feel better, and I hope you guys do. Now you kind of realize what's going on with me, why I don't really do what I do that much. I'm just kind of lost, you could say, just kind of lost. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure a lot of you guys are in a similar situation. If you want to leave some comments, you know, just tell me what's going down. If you've been in this situation, let me know how it turned out. If you're in my situation that I was like 4 years ago, you know, just let me know. Let's have a discussion in the comments. Let's all help each other and be kind and all that good stuff. It's probably been a long video, but I just got to get some stuff off my chest, you know. I feel good now that I've talked about it. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're doing great, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.